Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles. In the month of October, I'm going to be trying to do 2 puzzles every day. One in the very easy to easy difficulty and one in the average, hard, or very hard difficulty. Um, we'll see how this one goes. This is going to be a hard puzzle. And it doesn't look easy, so we'll see how this goes. Anyways, on to today's puzzle. Today's puzzle is called Froschteich, I believe, by Mixo or MyXO. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which is place the digits 1 through 9 exactly once in each row, every column. I can't get it all column. Every column and every box. Between lines, digits along a gray line must be strictly between the digits in the attached circles. So, for example, if this were okay, let's say these are 4 and 7. That means in these two digits, it would have to be one that's less than 4 and one that's greater than 7. So there would have to be, say, like a 8 and a 2, or like a 1 and a 9, or a 3 and a 9, or something like that along those lines. Ratio dots. Black dots separate digits with a ratio of 2 to 1. So, for example, if this was a 2, this would have to be a 1 or a 4, because it would have to be in a ratio of 2 to 1. Inequalities. An inequality between two cells points toward the lower digit, which just means that this digit has to be greater than this digit. So, if this was a 5, this would have to be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. And those are the rules. If you want to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so this is interesting. We do know that these has to be two sets of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. All of these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8s. 8s. There does not have to be a complete overlap for these. So this cannot be 1. Sorry, this could be 1. This can't be 8. This can't be 1. This can't be 8. This can't be 1. This can't be 8. This can't be 1. If this was 2, this could not... Wait. No, if this is 2, this would have to be 1, but then this would have to be 2. So this can never be 2 either. Right, so that's the same... Wow, this is not the same here. Right? This could be 2, and that would be 1, but if this is 1, that could be 2, and this could be 2. Right. Okay, so one thing we know is 9 can never... 1 and 9 can never be in... Oh. Oh. 1 and 9 can never be in between cells. So these can't all... None of these could be 1. So this can't be 1. These can't be 1. These can't be 1. So this has to be 3, 4, 6, 8. This has to be 3, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so interesting. So anytime there's 2 sets, then there has to be a 4, and there has to be a 3 and a 6 also. Right? The only one we don't know is if it's either 4-2 or if it's 4-8. So this, the 3 and 6 are here. 3, 4, and 6 are here. Here, the 3, 4, and 6 are here. either this is 3, 6. So here we know in these two rows, the 3 and the 4, 3, 4, and 6 have to. Okay, let's just do coloring. I don't like the diagonals. So this is 3, 4, 6. So here can be the 3, 4, 6 in this 3, 4, 6 in this column. 3, 4, 6 here. 3, 4, 6 here. So that means in these two rows, there's no 3, 4, 6. In these two columns, there's no other 3, 4, 6. In these boxes, there is no 3, 4, 6. So this is 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. Oh, also we have all the 3, 4, 6s in this. Okay, so this is 3, 4, 6. This is 3, 4, 6. This has to be 1, 2, 5, 7. 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. But this can't be 5, and this cannot have 1 or 9 along there. That means none of this is 2, 3, 3, 4, 6. So this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's look at all the areas. So this, 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 and this all have to be 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, right? Also, we know 1 and 9 can't be here. 1 and 9 can't be here. This can't be 5. This can't be 5. This can't be 5. This can't be 1 or 9. So for all the other ones, it has to be in between. Okay. So we know there's a 3, 4, and a 6 here. So this can never be 5, right? We know there's a 3, 4, 6 in between here. This can never be 5. Actually, for all of these can never be 5, right? Okay, so if this was 3, this would have to be 2 and 4, and this would be 3, 6. Yeah, so none of these sets can contain a 5. There's always a 3, 4, and a 6 in between, so it has to be 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. This is also 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. This has to always have a 2, 5. I guess it could be 5, 7, 8. So it always has a 5 and a 7. Right? Actually, it doesn't have to. It could be, yeah, something like 2, 7, 8, and then it would require it to be 1 and 9. Oh, no, that can't be the case. So this cannot contain 2. Okay, and no, actually, that nothing else dictates that. But because this is 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, right? Why is this 1, 2, 7, 8, 9? Okay, so that was a mistake. So one of these is 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. It cannot be 1, 9, and 1, 9. So this cannot have 2 and 8. So it has to have the 5 and 7, right? Because it cannot have 2 and 8. It can only be one of 2 or 8. So it has to be 5 and 7. Okay. So this is 5 and 7, which means 1 of 8 or 9 is here. Because of that, we know 1 of 8 or 9 is here. That means there cannot be any other 1, 2, 7, 8, or 9s in this row. So this would have to be at least 3 and 4. It has to be 3 and 4. So therefore, this is 2. Therefore, this is 9. So this is 9 with a 3, 4. So none of these can be 9. None of these can be 9. So this is 3, 4, and 6. 5 has to be one of these, so this can't be 5. And then the other one is 3, 4, or 6. Wait, that doesn't work. That's a problem. Hmm. Is my logic correct there? Oh, this is not guaranteed to be between. Okay, that's the issue. So that is incorrect. That assumption that I made. So only these two can be between 1, 2, 7, and 9. Right? These could be 1, 2. Yeah, let's just delete these right now. So this has to be 1, 2, 7, 8, 9 because we know for certain 3, 4, and 6 are in between these lines. 3, 4, and 6 have to be in between these lines. This does not have to have 3, 4, and 6. And in fact, we've just proven that it has to be two. They have the same two sets, right? Because we showed 5 can't be here, right? And if these were 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, which would have to be if this was 3, 4, and 6 guaranteed on this line, then we know that this doesn't work. We just showed it, right? If it's 3, 4, 6 for every line for these two lines, then we've shown that this has to be 1, 2, 7, 8, 9 here, right? We know that we tried making this 2 and 8, but that doesn't work, right? Because you can't have 1 and 9 there. We know the 3, 4, and 6 cannot actually be there because all of them are taken into account by the green squares. So this has to be 2, 5, 7, 8. We're assuming 2 and 8 can be there, then that would be 1, 9, but then there would be too many 1, 2, 7, 8s, and 9s on row 6. So this would have to have one of 5, both of 5 or 7, and one of 2 or 8, right? So this would have to be 8 or 9, which means this would be 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so then we've proven that essentially that this cannot be 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, which means one of these has two sets of 3 and 6, and then one of these has two sets of 4 with a set of 2 and it could be two sets of 2 and 8. So this cannot be 8 and 2. It could be 4 and 2 and 8 and 4. It could also be 3, 6. So okay, so there's going to be one with 4, and there's going to be one with 3 and 6. So one of those with 3 and 6 has to have 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. The one with 4. So say this one was say this one was the 4, right? Well, okay, one thing we know is this is 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. This is also 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. So that we know for certain. This has to be at least 5 and I guess it could be 7 and 8. It could be 2 and 5. So what's the lowest here? This could be 2 and 5. So the high would have to be at least 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this one thing is we know this can't be 2 and 8. So one of 5 or 7 at least has to be here. Because if it's 2 and 8, this is 1 and 9, and that eliminates all possibilities here. So it could be 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it could be any of them. right? 7 and 8 allows it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have 3 and 6, it has to be 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. If you have 4, okay, I don't think it could be 4, 2, and 8, right? Say this was 4, 2, and 8, right? Or yeah, say this had the both 4s, and then a 2 and an 8 with it. If it had both 4s and a 2 and an 8, this would have to be 1 and 9, right? So that means the other one would have to be 2, because it would be 3 and 6. It would have to be 2 and 7 or 8. But this one specifically has to have a 2 or an 8, in which case the 1 or the 9 would have to be there. So we know then it's either 2 and 4 or 4 and 8. It cannot be both. Okay. So 1 of 1 or 9 is here, right? 1 of 1 or 9 is here. We know that for certain. Because it has to have a 2 or an 8 in between. Because of that, so say you have 3 and 6. Okay, so one of them has to be 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, right? Because it has to be 3 and 6 in between. What happens if it's 4 and 8 is the other one, right? If it's 4 and 8, that means the 9 would have to be here, and there would be 1, 2, or 3, so it would have to be 3 and 9, right? So this would have to be 1, so it would be 2, 5, 7. This would have to be 8, 1 and 8, and then you would have 2 and 7. So this would be forced to be if you had 4 and 8. So then this would be 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, but this has to be 4 and 6. So this has to be 5 with 4 and 6, and that cannot be because there's no number that could be between, no integer that could be between 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. So therefore, we know that the 8 cannot be in any of the bottom circles. So this has to be 2 and 4, right? So it has to be 2 and 4, which means this can't be 8. So this can't be 6. This can't be 3. So it's 2 and 4. This can't be 4. So this is either 3, 6. Wait, no, it has to be with each other. So 3 and 6 has to be with 2 and 4, right? Sorry, 3 and 6 has to be with 3 and 6. 2 and 4 has to be with 2 and 4. So we know either this is 3 and 6 and 3 and 6, in which case this would be 6, this would be 3, this would be 3, that would be 6, or it's 2 and 4 and 2 and 4. So this would be 4, 2, no, 4, 2, 4, 2. Same here. This is 4, 6, this is 2 or 3, this is 2, 3, this is 4, 6. Okay, so we know that the 1 has to be one of these 4. So the 1 has to be here or here, which means this cannot be 1, which means this has to be 9, which means this has to be 5, 7, 8. So there's no 5, 7, 8 in this column. So this is 9. There cannot be a 9 anywhere here. So this has to be 1, 2, 3. No, we know there's a 1 here. So this has to be 2, 3, or 4. This is 2, 3, or 4. So we have a 1. That means the 2 has to be here too. So this cannot be 2. And we have a 7 or 8 and a 5, 6 or 7 or 8, right? So 1 of 3 or 4 is here. So 1 and 2 are accounted for because the 1 has to be next, has to surround the 2. And then the 2 also has to be there, which means that it has to surround the 3. Wait, why can't this could be 2? So we have 1 and 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this cannot be 1 or 2. It cannot be 9 because this is 9. This is either 2, 4 or 3, 6. 2, 4 or 3, 6. And we have a 1 or a 9. Okay. These are also 2, 3, 4, 6. So this can't be 2. So this is 1, 7, 8, 9. 1, 7, 8, 9. The 4, 6 has to be here. And then we also don't know which one. Okay, so this cannot have a 2 or 8. This has to be 5 or 7, which means the 8 is here. This can't be 8. We know there's no 2, right? Because, yeah. Because there's 2 columns right now where basically we know there's a 2 guaranteed also. So this is 1 or 9. There's a 1 or 9 here. There's a 1 or 9 here. This is 5 or 7. Which means there has to be a 3, 4 here. So this is 3, 4. There has to be a 3, 4 here. Oh, actually, we don't know if it's a 3, 4. It could not be. Okay, so we know the 9's here. Okay, so this can't be 9. Okay, that's interesting. That's good. So this can't be 8, right? This has to be 7, 8, and 1 or 2. This cannot be 2 and 8. So 1 of 5 or 7 is here. This can't be 8. Since that can't be 8, this can't be 6, which means that can't be 3. If this is 3, 6, this has to be 4, 2. So it could be 3, 2, 4, 6 is possible. This can't be 4. Because if that's a 4, that would have to be 2. This is 2, 3, 4, 6 also here. So this cannot be 2. No 2 in between. So this is 1, 9. So this is either 3, 6 or this is 2, 4. We don't know which. So this is 1 or 9. This can't be 2 either. So we have 1, 5, 7, 8, 9. This is 1 or 9. This is 1 or 9. We know this is 9, so this can't be 9. So 9 is either here or here. This is 3 or 4. This cannot be 5. Okay, so we have one from 7 or 8 and one from 5, 6, 7, or 8. So one of these, I guess it could be 5, 6, there could be 2 from 5, 6, 7, or 8, right? It's either 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is also 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is between 1 and 8, or 2 and 8, or 1 and 7. This, yeah, it could be any of them right now. This is 5 or 7, which means this cannot be 7 or 8. This can't be 5, 7, or 8, so this is 1 or 9. This is 1 or 9. We know that's 9. This could be anything from 1 through 9, unfortunately, so... So 1 of 1 or 9 is here. This could be the same 1 or... No, this cannot be the same 1 or 9, right? Because... Okay, we're going to mark this red and we're going to mark this blue. If this is red, that means the 1 or... This has to be red, right? If these were the same, this blue... So this blue forces this to be blue, right? Therefore, we know these have to be different. So this one has to be blue. So blue cannot be here, and red cannot be here. So this cannot be 1 or 9. This cannot be 1 or 9. So blue has to be here somewhere. We know exactly where it has to be. It has to be here. And then it cannot be here, and it cannot be here. So blue has to be here, which means this cannot be 1 or 9. And this can't be 1 or 9. So this is 5, 7, 8. We have 5, 7. This can't be 7 or 8. Therefore, this has to be the red. So this is red. This has to be red. So this is 7, 8. We have 7, 8, 7, 8. This cannot be 7 or 8. So this could be 1, 2, or 9. This is 7 or 8. No 1 or 9. This can't be 1 or 9. This can't be 1 or 9. So red is here. And then red is here. So this can never be 9. Right? This sees red and blue. So this is the 3, 4. This has to be 9. We don't know if it's blue or red. So this can't be 9. This is 3 and 4. This is 8. This is 1 and 9. So red is there. Blue can be any of these. So we have red and blue here or here. Interesting. So this cannot be 1 or 9. This is 2, 3. Oops. This is 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. This is blue. Okay, so this is... So this cannot be 1 or 9. We have 2, 3, 4, 6. It cannot be 1 or 9. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. Yeah, so this still could be 8. 8 and 4, 3 and 6. Oh, this is 2, 3, 4, 6. So this has to be 1. This cannot be 2. So this is 1. This cannot be 1. And since this cannot be 1, this has to, okay, so this has to be 2 and 9, right? Because this is 1, because it has to have a 2 in between that and 7 or 8. This cannot be 1. So this has to be 2, which means 2 can no longer be in between any of these digits. So this is 3, 4, 6, 8. So there's no 8 here. So this has to be 2 and 9. We know that for certain. So this is 2 and 9 here. This cannot be 2 or 9. So this cannot be 1 or 2. So this has to be 3 at least. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So this, therefore, since this is 3, this can never be 2. So the 2 is one of these. The 2 is one of these. Therefore, this can't be 2. None of these can be 2. 2's here. 2 has to be one of these 4. So this can't be 2. So the 2 has to be one of those 3. This is 8. We know this is 8. So this has to be, this cannot have a 9. So this is not 9, because this is 8. So this has to be 7 and 5. So this is 7, this is 5. Which means we have to have an 8 here. We have to have an 8 here. And it's 3 and 4 with it. So this can't be 7, no 5, 7, no 5, 7, no 5, 7. This can't be 5, 7, that can't be 5, 7. So we know this can't be blue. This has to be the blue. So this cannot be blue here. This is 5 and 7. 1, 2, 8, 9. This can't be blue here. So this can't be 7. This can't be 5. This has to be 8 because the 7 has to be between them. So this becomes 1 and 7. So this can't be 1 or 7. This can't be 1 or 7. So there's no 5 or 8 here. So blue cannot be here anymore. So blue is either, and this can't be blue. So this is either blue or red. Oh, okay. Or this is blue or red. Okay. So we know this is 3, 4, 6, 8. We don't know what this difference is, though. Okay. So this is 8. We know for certain. So this is 1, no 2. So these 3 cannot be 1, 2. It could be 3 or 4. 3, 4. Could be 5. Could be 6. It cannot be 7, 8, 9. So we have 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. Okay, this can't be 2. So this is blue or red. And this can be blue or red. This cannot be blue or red because it cannot have a 1. Oh, this is 5 or 8. So this is 1 or 2. Right? This is 5 or 8, so this is 1 or 2. This can't be 5. So we have 2, 3, 4, 6. This we have 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 2, 3, 4, 6. Three or 4. This becomes 5 or 8. This is 5 or 8. So we have 1, 2 with 5 or 8. This can't be 2. This can't be 2. Therefore, the 2 has to be one of those 2. This cannot be 1 or 9, so it could be 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8. It cannot be 8, because we know the 8 has to be here, so this can't be 8. This can't be 8. So the 9 has to be here. Interesting. So we have no okay, this can't be 2, right? So now we have 3, 4, 8, 3, 4, 6. So this forces this to be the 5. So this can't be 5. There is no 3, 4, or 6 here. So this becomes 1, 2. This can't be 8. So it's 1, 2, and 7 now in the other ones. Because this is 6, so this can't be 6. So we have 3, 4. Okay, that can't be 3, 4. This is the 8, which forces that to be 2. This can't be 8. That can't be 2. No 2 here, no 2 here. Therefore, this has to be 2, which makes that 4, which makes that 3, that makes that 6. So no 3, 4 here. This can't be 6 or 8. 3, 4, and 6. So this forces this to be 6 and 3, which forces that to be 3 and 6. So this is 4 and 2. This is 4 and 2. So this has to be the 8. And this could be 1 or 2. This has to be 2. Because the 1 has to be here. So there's no 8 here. There's no 2 here. This has to be 5. So there's no 3, 6. This has to be 3. This is 9. This is 2. This is 3, 6, 8, and 4. No 3. No 3. No 3. No oh, there's no 2 here. So this has to be the 2. This is 2. There is no 4 or 8. So since there's no 8, this cannot be 7. Yes, this cannot be 7. This has to be the 5. So this is 5, 7, 8. This is 5. No 5. No 3, 6. No 3, 6. This is 2 and 4. Which forces this to be 1. So this can't be 1. So this has to be the 1. That becomes 7, 9, 7, 9. No 1, 5. No 1. This is 5 or 7. No 1, 2, 9. So we have 5, 7, 5, 7. This can't be the red. So this is the red. No 2, 5, or 7. So the reds are all 1. No, they're all 9s. So this can't be red. These can't be red. None of these could be blue either now. So this has to be blue. So this can't be blue. One of these is blue. One of these is blue. This can't be blue. This is red. Okay, so one of these has to be 3 or 4, which makes this 6, because this is 3 or 4. We have 1, 3, 4 here, 1, 3, 4 here, so this has to be 6, which means this has to be 7, this has to be 5, this is 8, this is 7, 5, 2, this is 4, 3, 4, 6. This becomes the 9. Okay, so let's clear these. Oops. Color, clear the color, clear this color. So now we know, okay, let's do color. These are all 9. The blue, these are all 1. So this has to be 3 then. This is 6, 3. This is 4, 2, 4, 2, 6, 3. This has to be the 9, 7, 9, 8, 7, 8, 1, 4. This becomes the 6. We have 1, 7, 1, 8, 5, 7, and 9, 8, 7. And that's the solve. Very interesting use of the between lines, and those constraints made it very, very interesting for figuring this part out. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was a fun puzzle, and I hope you had a good time too. I'll see you next time. Take care.